Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the African Academy Online Racing. We're basically going into the practice round. As you can see, we've got quite a full grid this evening. It looks like we've got 16 active human players on the go at the moment, so that's going to be really great. And if you are joining us, welcome. We're happy to have you on board. We're happy to broadcast this via the YouTube channel. And we're looking forward to having you go and play and obviously root for your favorite team, as well as encourage those that are busy trying to do something or other when it comes to this particular league. And it's great to have you on board, and we look forward to sharing the results. I'm just busy. I've had a couple of requests just to push through where we are, and I'm just going to just post this quickly while I'm talking to you guys, just so you know where we are. I've just put it on the WhatsApp group, so it's the African Academy Online Racing WhatsApp group, so they can sort of beam it out and enjoy the rest. So we starting off with Wes. He's just come onto the track, so that's great. He's going to be on his outer lap. Obviously, he's racing for the McLaren team. We see that Gav Pig is also out, and we also see that Robbie is also out and going strong. So we'll check these guys out. We'll see how they're doing. We got a couple of new drivers in so far, as we've got Jom. I'm just going to say Jom. Just the first little abbreviation of his name there, his username, his PSN name. Will make it a little bit easier for me to commentate on what he's perhaps doing there. We got Springbok still in the pits. I don't know if he's got some issues. We got Fernandes out on his outer lap. So we're going to see how the weather is. I wonder what the weather's going to be like today. Hopefully no rain forecast. I know in Season 1 we had rain, so that obviously made it extremely difficult for the guys and driving on. So yeah, we'll have a go and see what's going on down in the pits today. We'll also have a look at the track conditions. This is known as the Pirelli Grand Prix, by the way. That's why you see a lot of branding around the track, all dealing with Pirelli, because it's known as the Pirelli track. What you also might not know is that this I think is probably in 2017, and I think it was the 32nd running of this particular Grand Prix, but that was in 2007. That was the Grand Prix. What you might also not know is that they've had motor racing here basically since 1950. So it's not a new track. It's actually well known through Hungary as well as the GP community. So all thumbs up on that particular situation now. So let's go through and see some of the drivers we've got on board with us. We've got the McLaren team, which is Devet and Wazi, or should I say Wes, sorry. Gee, I keep on saying Wazi. Apologies, Wazi, for that. But Wes, we have the Muna. The Muna is going to be driving. We just had an early seat replacement for Force India, and the Muna is back, so that's great to see him back on the track with us, and he'll be teaming up with Pete. Heaven forbid I say his second session of his name there, because that might be embarrassing for many. And then we've obviously got the Ferraris. The Ferraris are Robbie and Judge. Then we have Toki. And Toki is racing with Muna. I think Muna's also got a nice... those two are in a Haas. So they're going to be doing something or other together. The first time I think they're driving together as a team. So we'll see what's going on there. And then what else have we got? Who else have we got? We've got Chicken Wing. Oh, there's somebody went off the track. I don't know who that was, but they went a little bit wide there. Looks like Gooseman. Gooseman was disqualified, or did... Yeah, he was disqualified. So Goose is with Renault. Renault is Staff and Goose, so they're going to be teaming up today as well, and it's the regular teammate, so we'll see what's going on there. I'm just popping through the list as we go along. Hopefully I won't get too lost. The Sackman, that's who we're after right now. I think he's in the... Oh, yeah. He's in the Toro Rossi. Ooh, they nearly lost it down there. A little bit of evasive action from the Sackman. And I wonder if his heart is still in his mouth. Because if you lose it on the track and you crash the vehicle, you're out. Full damage is on, so... and then, as I mentioned, we are looking at the Sackman at the moment and enjoying a bit of a ride. Currently in 12th, and here's the sort of the long UE before you get to the second UE, and then straight down into the start and finish side. So that's where there's the pit entrance, which he's going into now. So he's going to have a look. Maybe he's got a bit of damage from going off there. Here's the judge, as I said, for Ferrari. Number 12, I think his car is. Lucky for some. No, number 13. My lucky number. Number 13. And I see he's doing okay. So just getting used to the car. As I said to you, there is a little video slot before this one, just to give you an indication of the setups and just talking about the track and what they need to do. Going a little bit wide there as well. That's the second time I've seen somebody. Maybe there's a bit of oil on the track there. Could be a bit of oil, but who knows? Could have been from one of the cars that were ditched out right at the beginning. I think the Gooseman, he I think he lost it. So obviously there was something going on from that perspective as well. So if you are watching this, please put a shout out for us. Put a like there. Obviously what we're trying to do in South Africa is get as many likes as we can to be known in the world of Formula One, virtual Formula One, on the PS4 platform. And we're trying to encourage as many people to join us and be a part of that. I am also looking for somebody to do some commentating with me. And hopefully, if you are interested, give us a shout for an interview, or an audition, should I say. And then we'll take it from there. So we're going to have lots of fun today. We're going to really enjoy the ambiance of Hungary. As you can see, the big Brazilian flag in the background with the crowd there. So they're rooting for the Brazilians. There's no Brazilians here because they're all South Africans. So we'll go from there. Actually not. Sorry, I lie. We do have an international driver with us. So that's also great. John. I'm just going to say John. Let's put it at Jon. John, who's in currently 5th position at the moment. And let's see how that goes there. BL1. I'm going to use that. I'm not going to say the other word. BL1 is with us, and it looks like he's joined. So hopefully he's got a ride. He was a little bit late, and as you know, we like to start on time at 6:30. On Sundays we like to be in and driving. So hopefully you got a drive there. So we're with Judge. There's who's that behind him? That was somebody. I'm just going on board with Judge, just to have a look what he's up to. Oh, he's taking that nicely. He's going along. Currently in 12th. Oh, that back end was going out. He needs some adjustments there. And let's go up and have a look at Oh, he's in the pits already. And nice there from Gav. Gav, 1 minute 26.24. I think he's sort of said, okay, I've got the setup. I've got the right wing. I've got the right rear wing. Um, I think I'm going to be happy with that. I think he'll wait until somebody pops that over and takes care of that score, and then comes back and he'll be back on the track. Knowing Gav. There, let's have a look at our new driver. As I said, John, he's joined us. He's just joined us, so we can have a look at how he's doing. Let's take something in. So unfortunately, as we all know, and we've probably heard right now, is that Force India has gone into administration. I think that happened sort of on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Obviously, that was the big news. I think it was on Thursday. There were rumors on the Monday to say that they might be going into administration. But I do believe that there is somebody already looking at purchasing or taking over them. So I hope that goes ahead, because that would be so great for the actual Formula One. Um, you know, it's not always good to hear. I mean, this is a very expensive sport, and therefore, it needs great sponsorship. And I mean, as you can see, a lot of sponsorship boards around this track. So there's a lot of sponsorship going in, but it's not always good to hear that a team has been put under administration. So let me not dwell on that, but we're hoping that somebody picks them up and obviously goes forward for the 2019 season. And let's see if they can find somebody to take over until the end of the season. So there you go, up to 7th place at the moment. The new, our international driver. So let's see what he can do. I think he's just finding his feet, especially with this crowd. And if you don't know already, I mean, we've got 17 minutes of practice left. We sort of do a 30-minute practice. Then we go on to what we call a short qualification or qualifying, which gives you approximately 30 minutes as well, or just less than 30 minutes. And then we move on to a 50% race. Normally, this track, I think they do 70 laps, so it will be 35 laps. And if they do that, it's approximately, I think it's 300 kilometers, if I'm 360 Ks, if memory serves me correctly. So it will be half of that. They'll be traveling today on the 50%. So really great to see these guys compete. I think there's a lot of healthy competition, if I can put it that way. Obviously, if you don't know a little bit about the African Academy Online, what we normally do is we have stewards. We evaluate if there are any incidents. So the guys will send through videos to the technical team. There's a separate group that we've created. They obviously send footage. What we do recommend is that most of the guys, or should I say all drivers, should be recording their racing just to make sure that we have the whole story and not just one side of the story. And normally, if that's submitted to one of the stewards, I call them the technical team, what they do is they have a look at the footage and then we make some decisions based on that. Foss is not with us. Fossey is out. He's working at the moment. There was an incident between him and on the Chinese Grand Prix between him and Pete, and basically there were some rulings given that we gave Foss a warning, and he'll have that warning when he comes back and races with us. Unfortunately, he's out due to work commitments over the next 2 weeks. So we'll see him back most likely in 2 weeks' time. Gav's just put on a 1:19.862. So there you go. he's not gonna let that 120 in. He's just broke the under 120, and that is a really quick time around this track. I'll be interested to see what the top drivers are going to be doing with that, and we'll see how they cover and take care of those things. Here's Muna on our outer lap. He's racing for Haas, and we're looking, hopefully he's going to be committing more and more to racing with us. At the moment, he's a stand-in driver for Haas, as there's a seat available, so hopefully we'll see a lot more of Muna. The Muna, as he's called, and that would be great to see him doing that as well. So let's go up. We got a couple of guys in the pits at the moment, obviously tweaking those setups, making sure that things are going to be a lot better for them, and yeah, it's going to be great. Great racing. I'm just having a look at what's happening along the times here. Lots of people still wanting to join. That's great news. Excuse me, and hopefully that does come obey. And we are looking forward to having these guys on with us. I'm just going to be just turning down the media sound so I can have a look at some of the comments being made. Yes, let's go. And definitely we're interested in seeing what's actually taking place, and who's coming and who's going today on the race. As we said, it would be great to see what's actually happening. So if you are watching via the internet on the live streaming, give us a like, so that we know that you're watching with us today, and we look forward to bringing you today's Grand Prix, as well as the qualification and as well as the race itself. So we're all looking forward to seeing what's going on there. Here's Ivan, number 21, and that's not his age, let me tell you. He's obviously one of the teams I didn't mention. I do apologize for that. Was actually the Mercedes team, or Mercedes, and that is Stratum Ivan, as well as how can I forget Mr. Fernandez himself, Mr. J. Fernandez 84. So they are the team members of that particular Mercedes-Benz machine team. So they're going to be obviously taking place. I just want to see, maybe there was an indication of there's Toki, there's number 84, which I mentioned now is Mr. J. Fernandez, number 84. Also known for his commentary as well, I believe. So that's going to be, but he's racing. So I can't take that. I can't ask him to come and commentate as well while he's racing, because it takes quite a bit of focus of what's actually taking place. So we'll do some interviews and or auditions and get somebody to support us on the commentating side. There's Chicken Wing. As I said, his partner is not on today. That's Fossey. So we'll be checking number 10 out. He's coming back from a one-race ban into this Hungary Grand Prix. So we'll just make sure that everything goes hunky-dory for him. I mean, as I mentioned before, you know, when you come into these league races, it's a lot different than racing online. There's a lot of track etiquette that needs to take place. Uh, healthy competition, healthy competition, but you have to be aware of the vehicles around you and obviously how to sometimes avoid difficult situations when it comes to driving and the temperament of other drivers as well. So lots has to be put into thought where you are, where your positioning is, looking at your mirrors. Normally, if you go off track, you don't come on track and rush in. You've got to look out, wait for the cars to pass, and then come back onto the track. And sometimes that's a little bit difficult because you don't know exactly where that is. We've just had another retiree taking place, and we've sort of got 9 months to go of this practice, so that's great news. Here we're on board with the Red Bulls. And I also, there's, I think that is the sack man. He's gone out. An absolute horrific crash. If you missed it, right at the top of the picture there, he's out. Looks like Stratum Ivan is also out, so that's quite interesting. I think what I'm going to do is put the commentary side on. Yep. Let me have a look. There we go. And here we go. There we go. There is so Springbok Gamer and Gav Pig, who's number one. So that's quite an interesting. There's Gav Pig in the traditional brown helmet that he has, and a little bit of bashing going on there. Oh, wide there as well. And so Springbok Gamer and Gav Pig, they are the Red Bull team. So I think I've mentioned everybody now. I'll be told if I haven't, but that's basically the teams for today. So we're looking forward to some great driving from these guys. And I see I'm getting lots and lots of messages, so that's also great news on actually... thanks for all your comments. I'm just having a look. Yep. Let me see. Lots and lots of messages coming through. So basically 6 minutes to go before we actually start doing the big stuff. And it's all good. Yep. Gav Pig still out there giving some stuff. Let's go on board with him. And let's have a look at the maybe some footage on his telematics. There you go, on Rich. Can't give too many secrets away here. Just giving you a bit of footage on... so he's on softs at the moment. There's the gap. Muna also very quick. Let's see if how's Muna doing? And he's in a Haas at the moment, so that's also going along. Nicely taken, a little bit wide there, but nicely controlled, brought back, and obviously doing lots and lots of good stuff there. So when we take the commercial break, jokes aside, when we take the break to go into the next session, because that's going to happen in approximately just over 4 minutes from now, we can go in and see exactly what's going on there. And there we go. I knew it. I knew it was coming. And De Wet has just put on a 19.647. So 1 minute 19.647 seconds. So he's just become the guy to beat. I think Gav Pig's just seen that and said, what the heck, and how did he do that? I'm going to have to go out now and show I can do it faster. And I think Muna here, he's definitely trying to push it, make sure he's on the pace. And let's go back. We're going to go and spectate there. He's there. He's there. Let's go and have a look. So we're on board with Chicken Wing. Just to have a look. Just going to go up. Here we go. There we go. Nicely done. Nice setup done by John. Just to make sure. And he just careened to the top of the list. That's our international driver. So that's great to see. And you can see, I can already see that assists are off on John's setup. And he's just been toppled by Robbie. Robbie's just said, hey, if you can do it, I can do it as well. So now there's going to be a real cat amongst the pigeons, I think the expression goes. And we'll see exactly what's going to take place now. Oh, I think Robbie's out. He's out. Very, very courteous driving there. Let Muna through. Muna's probably on an outer lap trying to get there. Springbok Gamer, let's have a look what he's doing. I like that. Nice control through that corner. Pumping through. Let's see how he does through this little S-bends. Nicely done. Well controlled there. TW on the side. There's green light, so there's a go. Oh, there's another good time. And pushes John back up to the top of the leaderboard. So that's good news. Nicely done. Just keeps it tight. Looks for the DRS zone. It pushes it through. Nicely done. Well, thanks for that, Springbok Gamer. That's great news. Let's have a look at the staff. Oh, can't. He's in the pits. Muna's still out there. He's looking to improve on that time. Gearing down to fourth. Coming through this section, he'll probably drop it down to third. Push it through. Now he'll sort of open up to fourth. Come through. Gear down to fourth. Keep in fourth. Oh, I would have just taken it for a split second down to third and pushed it up. Might have slowed me down a little bit, but he's also 5 seconds to go, so he's out. And I think the reason is the remaining time currently is approximately 3 minutes to go now. There we go. Parked it there. Gav Pig. Little bit up on the curb there. That might be slowing him down slightly. Yeah, he's going to push it back. And really, let's see what he does here. He's going to be tight. Coming through, great stuff. It's gone a little bit wide just to make sure he tucks tightly into this U. And there comes into the U for the start finish. Here we go. So here we go. Bang on the DRS zone. And there we go through. Completed. So he's standing at third at the moment. Just finished that off. Let's have a look. Who else have we got? Out of fuel. No fuel. There we go. So let's have a look at some of the incidents. Goose. Oh boy. I think that was the problem. Blocking the pit lane for some reason. Don't quite understand what was going on there. Exceeding speed limits in the Sauber. There we go. That's also speeding in the... So the guys know that these particular things are on or off. Corner cutting from Staff. Sackman, terminal damage. Ivan, terminal damage. So a couple of terminal damages going on there. And as you can see, so let me just quickly put this on. Just to hold, I had to take that personal break off. We could see that. And just let me have a look of what's actually going on here. There we go. So we're back in for the Grand Prix qualification, just to see all of these guys are in the garage at the moment, but we will be seeing them come out shortly and obviously have a good push to see who's going to be making sure and taking the pole position for the Hungary Grand Prix today. So let's get out into number one here. Our first guy who's on his outer lap. Just making sure those tires are warmed up nicely. That is Gav Pig. And let's see who is going to be on top of the pile after the qualification session today. There's basically 11 minutes of this qualification going to happen. And then we're going to see who is on the top of the pile and who will take pole position for the Hungary Grand Prix. Oh, that's a bit wide there. No, Gav, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong place to be in. But let's see who's going to take pole position at the African Academy Online Racing Pole Season 2 here at Hungary. And I'm sure if you haven't heard already, the guys are absolutely burning to get their hands on the F1 2018 that will be coming out in less than a month's time. And obviously this season will be finished going forward on the current package. So we're not going to move away from the 2017 until all of our guys are up to date. And also there's a bit of testing that we need to do around the new software. But I'm sure if you haven't heard already, guys, that the release date is getting closer and closer for the 2017 Codemaster, 2018 Codemaster F1. And I think most of the guys have already put in their pre-orders for this software that will be available, I think, in less than 30 days. So that's all excitement around that. But let's get back to what's currently happening on the track. As I said, we're with Gav Pig at the moment. I'm going to have a look at Wazi. Wes, sorry. Let's see where he is, where he's currently looking on that outer lap. The judge is out. So we'll see what's going on there. Currently in 17th position. And we'll see how fast he's going up. There we go. First one up is Toki, 22 seconds. So that's great news. But then immediately Gav Pig comes in with an 1 minute 18.351. That's an excellent time from him. And now you'll see they'll start streaming in. There we go. Gav Pig still on the top of the list. And wow, what a time he's put in. So really great time. I'm waiting to see. This one could be an interesting one. So great stuff from Force India, the driver that's joined us for his first Grand Prix race with African Academy Online Racing. So that's great news there. Mona's dropped down a little bit. It's because Wes has just come in. And he's smashed a time of 1 minute 18.746. So great stuff there. Pete, a little bit off the pace there, but still a great time from both him and Staff in the 1 minute 19s. And I think that's the whole thing about this. They want to get up there. They want to close that gap. They want to get down into below 1 minute 20. BL1, he's in 1 minute 21 seconds, so he's going to be looking to shave a bit of time off there as well as Fernandez. I think they also he's going to make sure that there's a pit, and let's see, have a look. Which I knew it was going to be anyway, was the Williams. There we go. Now there are some times, guys. I know what this gentleman's doing. He's just taking his time. He's coming out now, it looks. Yep, he's coming out now. We're going to see what he's doing. No, he's not. I think Wes is coming in. He's going into the pit. No, he's... oh, sorry, I apologize. That's actually Jonathan, Mr. Fernandez himself, just pulling in. Maybe there's something he can go and tweak to get that Mercedes a little bit faster. We'll see what he'll be doing. Nice time from Goose there in the 1 minute 20s. He's in 12th currently. Sackman, great time from him. 1 minute 21.41. And then Chicken Wing, a 1:20.063. So we'll see what's going on there. Nice to see what Judge is doing. He's in a 1:23.583. So let's quickly go up there. Gooseman. Let's have a look at Gooseman. Number 12 currently. Can he make a difference? It's all about the oil. So he's got Castrol in there. Let's see what this Reynolds can do with Castrol. And I think what we'll do is drive on board with him. Let's take this opportunity. Pull ourselves. Let's see if he can move up at least into above 10th position. A little bit of a ghost there in front of him, so I think that scared him for a second there, but BL is ghosting, so we'll see what's going on there. Needs to be a bit tighter. He is a little bit tighter. He's going to swing it through there. Great stuff. Here he goes. Here we go. Really tight now around this bend. He was a little bit wide there. Lost a little bit of time there. Wants to pull it back nicely. Inside. Push flat. get through that DRS zone, and unchanged. So let's see, he's going to definitely try and get up on top of things there. I'm waiting to see what's happening there. Here's Jay Fernandez. It's always a little bit worrying. Blikskamki. Oh, let me just say BL. A little bit wide-ish. Can he improve? Not at the moment. Gooseman going around again. He's going to definitely try and better that time. We're with Chicken Wing at the moment. Needs to find a more direct line of getting through those S's. Too wide. Way too wide. Lost it. Now he's got to bring it back really tight. Stay in there. Let's go to Springbok Gamer. Looking there. Tucking it tight. Ooh, yeah. Nicely done there by Springbok Gamer. Oh, beautifully. Not too wide, just going through there. Needs to tuck it in. There's a bit of brake. I don't know if you saw the brake. Heavy under braking. So he's still pushing 120.017. Right, let's have a look. Is he on the outer lap? Here he is. He's there. So we're on board with Devet. He's going to push it through. I'm sure that outer lap is going to start any second now. Let's stay on with Devet. Let's get some schematics on what's actually happening here. So Sector 1, currently in 17th place. Let's see where he goes. Let's see his time in Sector 1. He's on the softs. Pushes it back, keeps it nice in line. Muna's just cracked a 1:17. Well done, Muna. You're in a horse and you're showing these guys what you can do. Nicely there. Pushing it. Here we go. So we're looking at Devet. We want to see his time. DW. Here it comes. Pushing it through. Nice and tight there. And he has put up a 1:19.781. Let's continue watching. Okay. He looks as though he's done. And the reason he's done is because the qualifications only has approximately 16 seconds to go. So nicely parked off in a safe place. It's going to be interesting. So our current pole position person today is Muna. Congratulations, in a Haas. So that's going to really set up something of interest. And if we look at Gav Pig in on the second position on the grid today, third is John, fourth is Wes. Then we go down and it will be Robbie in fifth, the Sack Man in sixth, seventh is Strader Marvin, eighth is Pete, ninth is Springbok Gamer, 10th position is Devet, 11th is Staffy. 12th, Chicken Wing. 13th will be Goose. 14th will be BL. Blixum Key. And then we have Judge. The Judge Man. Then 16th. And then 17th is Toki. So there you go. That is the grid for the African Academy Online Racing for today. And let's see how they do in the Grand Prix. And we're looking forward to bringing you the entire race here on the Savvy Moves channel. So we're looking forward to bringing you all the highlights as well as the action taking place between the drivers here as we move along this afternoon. We're going to see who's going to be doing well and who's going to be either extending their lead in the championship, and it's going to be all go, go, go in a couple of minutes here on the African Academy Online Racing channel, and that's on the Savvy Moves. So here we go for the start of the Grand Prix. Just to give you a great view on actually what's taking place. There we go. The Grand Prix has started. It looks like it's a go, go, go. No issues at the moment. I've lost sound, so I can't actually hear what's going on from that perspective. They all seem to be taking that first corner. We're just going to pop back a little bit just to make sure that we're viewing as much as we can. No incidents so far. Oh, a little bit wide. It looks like Toki has been disqualified for some reason. I don't know what's actually happened there. And we're going through. A little bit wide there. A little bit of shortcutting. Oh, it looks like we have a little bit of a incident happening between the Sackman and Chicken Wing. Let me pull back on what's actually taking place there. We're on board with Chicken Wing right now. Currently looking for an opportunity. We're almost done the first lap. They're pretty close together at the moment. So let's see what's going to happen a little bit down the race. I've just popped up, having a look. Let's go in. We're on board with the Sackman himself. No, he's lost it. He's lost it. Didn't look like there was an incident there, so that's that type of driving. He hasn't. Here we're back on board with Chicken Wing. Let's move up the line a little bit. Coming through. Going up the order. So that's great news. It looks as though the Sackman is back in the race, so that's great news for us. And we're just popping through right to the top side. Having a look there, we're on board now with Gav Pig. So he's currently in 5th. There's a nice time from the Muna. He's put on a great time. There's John, also just behind Wes. So we're going to go on board with him because this looks quite good. So back on board, and it looks as though we're going a little bit wide, but well done, well defended on that line. And once again, Wes has, I think he's feeling the pressure at the moment. Definitely can feel the pressure. And I just want to see if I can go back. I don't want to go away from this. I think we're just watching what's actually taking place here. This looks really interesting. Coming through, he's trying to go around him, but no opportunity given. Well done by Wes. Looking for that, closing down the gap, making sure that Jono's going to take there. Very good control from John there, and really great type of racing, great racing happening right now. So really exciting stuff taking place between these two competitors who are really competitive, looking for the opportunity here to see where there's a gap. Any mistake made by any of these drivers, this opportunity is going to be sprung upon, and I'm sure that that's going to be taken. So great racing. We're watching some great racing taking place right now between Wes and John in this African Academy Online Racing Season 2 here in Hungary, and it looks as though some great driving from both drivers, and really fantastic stuff. It looks as though we can have a good view from here. Here we are on board with Wes, and you can see that distance from Muna at the moment. Muna way out in front, almost going into the turn as we speak right now. He's looking to defend his line. He's going a little bit wider just to make sure he maintains that line. Obviously, here is the Muna himself, the Muna 303, holding firm in number one position on the African Academy, and it's lap 6 of 35. And some great stuff from him. Let's go down a little bit. We can see the action still happening between John and Wes in this sector. Here they go through the S's. A lot of exciting racing happening here right as we are continuing this race here in Hungary. The conditions looks great. The weather's a little bit overcast, but I'm sure that's not going to affect the drivers. There could be a possibility of rain, so they'll be quite wary. Let me give you some indication on what sort of tires the guys have got, and that might be a little bit of a hint to the guys of what their strategy setup is for today and where they're going to be taking themselves. Their gaff pigs just pitted, so let's have a look at that. And you can see he's well off the pace on that particular matter, and that's great driving from them going forward. It looks as though Chicken Wings just upped his act. He's gone up to 7th place, so I can see that on the roster. So there's a lot of action taking place. Let's go and have a look at what's actually taking place there between this group. And you can see there right in front of him. And hopefully there's going to be some great driving by both of these drivers as we currently stand. So it looks pretty awesome, I must say. No change in the top 3 at the current time, so that's obviously really shaping up to be a great race in the front, and we'll go back to them in a couple of seconds just to see how they're doing. But this is also quite a nice little battle taking place between Chicken Wing and BL1 at the moment. So we're going to see what's going there. Toki's unfortunately out of the race, so that's not good news for him. Nice to see that we still have 16 drivers in this event, so that's good news for all of us going forward on this race. There we go. It looks tight. Is he going to take the opportunity? Is he going to look for that inner side? He's just waiting for BL to make a mistake, and he'll pounce on that opportunity to overtake there. Let's go up to the front section again. Here we go. Some great racing happening right here between Wes and John. Some nice opportunity looking here. So really great stuff from these two drivers. And I must say, let's have another view of this, where he is currently and what opportunity he's going to look at in order to take there. We're going to quickly go back on board with him and to see what John's plan is. He's weaving across, looking for the opportunity, waiting for Wes to make a mistake. If Wes is going to be under pressure, and listen, they're both on super soft, so this is going to be probably something to watch going forward. They're almost 4 seconds off the leader at the moment. So the Muna dominating from a speed perspective around Hungary. And we're going to see what is the strategy going to be now. What are they going to be doing? How are they going to be looking up? Let's look at De Wet's sort of pushed up quite nicely. I think that's going to be also an interesting little race taking place there, because that's going to see De Wet coming up the line. He's going to be looking for that opportunity. I think Robbie's just in front of him. Let's go back to John. Here's John. He's looking for that opportunity as well to take over. And I think that's going to be quite an interesting a little perspective from his side of where he's going. So that's great news for them. And I see Gav Pigs just put on an excellent time. So he's sort of warmed up there. But we're going to stay with this group. I think this is probably one of the more exciting ones of what's actually taking place as we speak. So really great driving here. And I'm just burning to go away, but come back. But I don't want to go away because this is really exciting stuff from these two drivers right now. He's looking for that opportunity. He's burning it, a bit of lockup there, and really looking for excellent driving. If you want to see some of the opportunities that are taking place, this is where you want to be watching, because this is how you should be driving at these championships. So if there's any young guys looking and wanting to see what sort of performance we're looking for when it comes to racing in this type of league, this is the type of driving. There's courteous driving, there's respectful driving taking place, and obviously opportunities being looked at of where to go and where to get by, but obviously not damaging cars or just driving past and literally wiping one another out. Here is where it's all down to skill. It's down to the ability to look for that gap, look for that opportunity, and then obviously take it from there. And I think at the moment, Wes is really under pressure. Here, they're coming back up on the back markers already. So this is where it's going to get interesting as well. So just to give you an understanding of how fast these guys are, I mean, we're probably on lap number 11, and already the back markers are being collected. There's another quick time by, big lock up there, lock up there. And Wes has taken the intelligent option. He's gone for the inside, making sure, here we go. It looks almost the opportunity there again to take over. So that was excellent driving again, staying well away from where there's going to be danger to both drivers. Really competitive driving and really aggressive driving at that. But aggression with, I would say, with respect, because there's no touching happening. And this is exactly what makes this a really fantastic thing to watch, is when you've got two superb drivers driving, respecting one another's space, not interfering with their particular line, and also just taking it to the max, to the next place. And here we go. There we go. The blue flag's going to be coming up any second. And it looks as though it's going to be the sack man who's right down in a particular area. So we'll see what actually happens there. They're coming up on the back markers pretty quickly, and we'll see what's going on. I'm just going to break away for a couple of seconds, see if I can get the sound back. So we're back. I've got sound. So that's now a little bit better for me because then I can hear exactly what's going on. So here's the opportunity. I see John's sort of slacked off a bit. He's comfortable now, but I think he's going to give way. There we go. He's given way, so that's great driving also from the sack man. He looked the opportunity, saw that John was coming through, wanted to make sure he gave him a clear run, looked for the right position, and then took the opportunity therein. So really great driving from all of the drivers currently on the track. So that's great driving. And you can see now Wes is sort of, I think he's sort of burning a bit of fuel, to be honest. I think they're really going out. We can just have a look at some of the telematics of what's actually taking place. And you can see exactly where Wes is going to be. If we look at the pit window for John, he's going to have to come in on 10 and 14. I want to just flick back. So here's 9 and 13. So he has still some opportunity to stay out there and make sure he's burning it. He's on lean at the moment, so he's going to conserve. So if he's on lean, we're going to definitely see that there is going to be some catching up, and you will see that catching up happening any second now because he's on lean. We've got, yeah, that's intelligent racing there. He's John's now on Rich, so he's going to catch most likely Wes in the next, if not even in this lap. He's going to catch him, and then we'll see what Wes does, because Wes, if we look at what he's putting forward right now, he's on lean. So he's obviously conserving a bit of fuel, but they will come in. He's coming in on lap number 10. So the opportunity for Wes to go in a little bit earlier is there. And this could be really interesting on when they actually take their pit stops. So the pitting, right now, John is going into the pits. He's taking the opportunity to make sure that he is fueled before. Let's go back to Wes. Wes is obviously seeing that he's probably pitted, which is given now Robbie and Devitt right up there. So that's taken him away. John is still in the pits. He's still in the pits. It's a 10-second pit. Let's see here where he's coming out and if there's going to be any issues for him. No issues for him. So he's out of the pit lane. He's going to go. He's joined in 5th position. So his fuel is up. He's on Rich. He's going to go back down. Lap number 14. Let's have a look at Wes. Wes is on 13. So he's really pushing this. He's on standard. He's going to have to, he has to go in on this lap. I'm sure this is the lap that he has to go in. So we'll see what he does. So he's going to come around. He's almost, so we'll see now if he's going to go and pit, because that might be giving an opportunity. So there is going to be that opportunity. Yes, he's going to pit now. So he's going into the pits. Let's have a look now quickly. Yes, he's also pitting. So Robbie's pitting as well. It looks as though that Devitt is staying out. He's continuing. So he's going to be lapping. He's going to be pitting around about 14 to 19. So he can't pit when that's in. He's on standard fuel. He's gone. Let's have a look. Muna's gone into the pits as well, which means Devitt has taken over as the race leader. But remember, he still has to pit anyway. And there we go. That puts John into 3rd behind Muna. That's an interesting one. And if you look at the strategy now, Muna is now back in 2nd place. Let's see, he'll probably move to 1st. but he's actually taken mediums. He's taken the whites, so we'll see what's actually going to happen there. That's going to be interesting stuff as well. Let me just wet the old throat, get that gone, and lubricated. Thank goodness for that. And if we have a look, that's fantastic stuff there. It looks like John's gone into. He's in third, but I'm sure he's going to be standing and waiting to pounce on Muna. He's got a little bit of a advantage, I think, with respect to the sort of tires. And I'm going to say Muna's going to be probably a little bit slower with those mediums on medium compound tires, and we'll see what actually happens right now, because 7 seconds behind De Wit. There we go. A nice fastest lap done by the Sahara Force India. And that's also great driving from him. Wes is in fourth. So he's catching. He's approximately a second and a bit behind. So we'll sort of pop to him as well, because I think that's going to be also quite good driving. And you can see already. Here comes Wes. It looks as though he's catching John right now, who's in third place. I know that the position is going to change over a little bit, and obviously this could be the strategy of the McLaren, is to make sure that they are definitely as close together as possible when it comes to this type of situation. Here's Robbie. He's well behind. He's like 4 seconds behind Wes, so he's looking. Chicken Wings in sixth place, so that's also a great drive from him today. And here we go to BL1. I'm going to just say BL1. I'm not going to go there. And BL1, he looks to be doing quite nicely as well. In seventh place, he's 12 seconds off the pace there. But what I need to do is probably interval. Let's do the gap between the leaders, because that's going to give you a better indication of where they are currently sitting. Gav down in ninth place, and I'm sure he's going to be a little bit concerned about his driving today, because he really takes it seriously, and he also likes to be at least in the top three. So we'll see. I don't know, maybe he had some conditions. I know last week there was a bit of a strategy problem there that he had going. And then Pete Bullis looking pretty sturdy and tense. So those are the points positions. There we go. Chicken Wing has just pitted. He's come out of the pits. He's directly behind Gav Pig. So he's gone into ninth. So a great strategy from his perspective, keeping in there. If we go down a little bit on the list here are the Reynolds. It looks as though that Goose is out. I don't know quite what happened there, but we'll find out a little bit later on. And it looks as though in 12th place is the judge man himself, so he's doing exceptionally well as well in this race. Right behind him, oh, there we go, almost an incident, but well held back. And I must compliment the drivers today, really showing a lot of respect to one another, making sure that there's no serious incidents happening. And I'm only going on what I've seen so far today, so there could be something I haven't seen, but I'm sure we'll get a notification from the stewards or on the stewards' WhatsApp if there has been any incident so far. But it looks as though the guys are driving exceptionally well today, and all respect and hats off to them. Let's just go down to Jay Fernandez. He's on mediums, so nice strategy there. I think he'll tuck in quite nicely. Right down on 15th place is the sack man himself, so that's also good news. He's driving quite nicely. He's about 1 minute and 16 minutes behind, 1 minute and 16 seconds behind the leader of the pack, which is still, in fact, if we look at the situation as we currently stand, is so they reckon that after pitting, he's going to be in about 5th position, and we'll see how that goes. I think he's going to try and make that, try and bring that down to at least 3rd, because I know Devet likes to make sure he finishes in the top 3 as well. So let's see what's happening. Okay, so these are the guys that are already out. Oh no! The sack man just lost it. Nice respect there once again, letting the fasties go past. So he's now 1 lap behind. Who was that? Oh yes, there we go. So we do have somebody coming into the pits. And let me just have a look who that is. It might be, yes it is. It's Blixem. Let me have a look at this. Yep. Here we go. Let's see. Are we going to pit? Are we going to pit? Everybody's asking the question right now. Are we going to pit? No, he's not. He's staying out there. So I think he's put in enough fuel, which is obviously his strategy, is to make sure he's calculated the right amount of fuel, probably to go the whole race without that. And here we go. Nicely taken there. Nicely done by Muna. A slight little knock and a bash and a wallow there, but still. Devet sort of backing off, making sure that Muna went through there. I think he had a slight incident, but sort of handled it, I think, quite appropriately. Didn't push him off. Didn't look like it to me, but different angles give different opinions. So we got to just watch ourselves there. Now, if we look at Muna's now taken over the number 1 place. He's now become the leader. We got Devet coming in here. Right behind Devet is John. John's also now looking for an opportunity to get past. I think the fuel on Devet's car is obviously giving him the... So Devet's just gone into the pits. I think wise decision based on where he is. It looks as though we could have a situation where we have the DRS activated. So that's going to definitely help John. Oh, look there. We have... Oh, I missed it. I missed the opportunity, but here it comes. Now, let's have a look as John is in 2nd. Oh, he's gone a little bit along. Some issues. There we go. He's let him go. Good man. That's respect there. I like that type of driving. You know, there was a bit of a bash or two there, but still backed off, gave the opportunity back to John, so that's great news. And Wes looking for that opportunity. He saw there would be a little bit of a difficult situation there. So that's great news from both of these drivers. Nicely done. I see Ivan's gone and pitted. So Ivan which means Springbok Game has moved up into 11th position. So let's see what happens, because there could be some interaction between this group that are going to come past start finish, and obviously Stratum Ivan, who's just pitted. Let's see if he's going to come out the pits before these guys are finished. So they're still in the pit lane. DRS is activated, so that's going to happen. No interference at all, or is there an interference? Let's have a look. Nope, they're fine. Everybody's good. That's great driving. Let's stay on board with Wes, and let's see how he takes care of John, or if John takes care of him. Let's see. Some great driving between these two at the moment. Exciting stuff. Making sure everything is going to plan is definitely John. Wants to be in there. Wants to make sure it all happens. So great driving. Chicken wings just moved up. I want to have a look at that. Wow. The reason is because Gav Pig's gone in. Front nose cone change, so there could have been an incident there. And I'm sure. There we go. Blixum is there. Blixum B, should I say? But we're not going to say that. We're just going to say BL1. Just BL1. That's all we're going to use. And yeah, Staff moved up into 8. He has Pete in front of him. So he's going to be looking to see if he can capitalize on Pete there in 7th. I'm sure this is all going down to plan for Staff, looking for an opportunity to get past. Really some tight driving at this Hungary Grand Prix today, so that's great news. Really some tough battles going on, so that's also good. Here we go. Let's have a look. Some experienced drivers here, so it's really good to see. I mean, your heart's pounding. You want to get past. You're looking how you're going to do it, how you're going to get through there, and then you're watching. The good thing, I see, there's the DRS system, so this is going to give Staff an opportunity. He's looking for that opportunity. Let's see what happens. No problems there on that pass. Oh, is there? A little bit wide. I skipped over that. Oh, he's looking again. He's looking again to take Pete. Let's see what happens here. It's going through. A little bit wide. Pete's going a little bit wide. Could there be a possibility? Oh, he's lost it. I'm sure Staff is frustrated about that. Just lost it a little bit. Gav Pig's going to come past him. No, he's not. Still some distance, so this is gonna cause a little bit, because now Staff has to go in and get a new wing, because that wing is totally off. The front downforce, so that car's going to be extremely difficult to handle. And let's see what happens, because I'm sure he's going to go in. He can't drive that car without a front wing. It's not going to happen. Here we go. Staff's in. Oops, he missed it. Gav went a little bit wide, Gavy! Done. Race done. So let's move on. Sorry to see that from Gav Pig. He lost it. There, a little bit of a nudge a wiggle. Nudge wonk. There we go. Two of the teammates looking to go. So let's see what happens here. Back in a DRS zone. So he's going to look for an opportunity. Great driving by the two of them. One's on softs and one's on mediums. That's great driving. Here we go. Nicely done, Jonathan. Nicely done. Oh, stop-go penalty. Ignoring a blue flag. Let's have a look what's happening there. So who's behind him? Oh, my goodness. That's not a good idea. Obviously, ignoring a blue flag going to give you a 5-second penalty. I don't know when that was coming up or how it was coming up. Oh, what's happened? See. They are now back markers coming up. Staff's gone through. Jonathan being overtaken by Staff. So he's gone up into 10th place. So he's in the points. There's Staff. Just in front of him is DeWitt. Now DeWitt's actually up into 5th. Here's Robbie. That's great stuff. Encouraging. Wes is still knocking away, trying to get in front. It looks as though there's going to be some traffic coming up on John in the next couple of seconds. So we'll see what's going to happen there. So let's leave that. Let's go back down to Springbok. Springbok Gamer's gone now. He's in 7th. Nicely done. Just in front of him is Chicken Wing. And just in front of Chicken Wing, quite a way off though. Around about 22 seconds off from the leader. So there we go. Here's Robbie. Robbie looking through. Here we go. This is where the race is. This is where it's going to get exciting. This is where we're going to see some opportunities happening for Wes and John. Some really exciting racing going on, happening here. And you're watching it right now live. We're streaming this live, so that's great, great stuff happening all at the same time. Chicken Wing just got a 5-second penalty, so he's just been nailed. Some great driving by these guys. Oh, we could have a little bit of some interesting stuff coming out. He's in 7th, but he's going to be getting that blue flag. He's going to let him pass. Well done. Great stuff. Got well out of the way. Made sure no race incidents there. So that's great stuff by that driver. I think it was Chicken Wing. Wes climbing through the gears. Making sure flat out. He's in 6th. He's going to drop it down to 4th. And remember, it's going to go into 5th. Then back down to 3rd. Then straight out of there, power it out to 4th, 5th. Back in, screaming back. Very nice, very nice. Here we go. Let's pop quickly to John. He's got the Muna right in front of him. So he's caught up nicely onto the top spot. So this race is now 1st and 2nd. 3rd is so close behind. This is really exciting stuff from these guys. Great driving. Great, great driving. And you'll notice they sort of go towards the right side of the track when they're coming down the straight there. The reason is it's a little bit smoother towards the inside there. So, and it also gives them that opportunity to check what's going on. So if you are racing Hungary, notice the line that the guys are taking, because it definitely does do a lot for the, and I'm just going to take the hub off because this is really exciting stuff. We're going to just quickly go back and forward. So here we go. These are, so here is number 2 currently, number 1 back to number 2, and number 3 is right there. So really good driving from these guys. Here we go. Oh, there's a bit of traffic again. There's a bit of traffic. So it's going to give them the opportunity. I think it's Springbok Gamer Got to watch himself. Yes, it is Springbok Gamer. Well done. Got out of the way nicely there. These guys are humming on this Grand Prix. They are humming. Some really nice driving there. Really, really nice driving. Great driving from the guys. Making themselves, really, really informing themselves of what's actually taking place here. So great driving from them. And they're looking to see, is there any opportunity to overtake or even carry on holding the line, making sure nothing is given away in respect to giving gaps or anything like that. Let's have a look quickly back down to where we are. So there's the first and second. There's the third. Third is not too far behind the top two. There's a nice shot, just giving you an indication. Wow, heavy on the brakes there. Heavy on the brakes there. And once again, looking for that opportunity. Coming around. And coming around, here we go. Start, finish. Fantastic. You're probably wanting to know how many laps. They're on 31 laps, so this is going to get even more exciting the way it's carrying on here. So as I mentioned, we're going to stick with the top three. There has been some great racing throughout this. I've witnessed some of the challenges these guys have had today, fighting one another. We're on lap 31. And I think we're going to stick with the top three till the end. Oh my goodness. Pete has left the session. I wonder what happened there. Not too sure. They're coming back on the back markers again. So this is going to be interesting. I think they're closing up on... great shot from behind. There we go. Well out of the way. Picked it up nicely. Throwing their car back. So John trying to keep up with Muna. And I think in the qualifications, John was faster than Muna. So let's have a look. I mean, the fuel side is obviously an interesting point. And I think they don't have too far to go. So I think if there's any opportunity that needs to happen right now, I mean, there's the top three. Really nicely done. Pete has joined again, so that's great news. I was a little bit worried there. That's the Force India guy. Looking for that opportunity. Oh, missed it out there. We're just going to flick back here on board with him. I think Muna's feeling the pressure. I think he's feeling the pressure at the moment with John. And as you can see, braking in a straight line. Not in the turn, in a straight line. Making sure that car stays. It's a quick tap on the brake. Pushing it through. You can see how much heat is generated from that braking. That's how much he's braking. The whole car sort of jolts forward. There's no braking here. Slight braking here. And then really looking to tuck in. And if you watch, guys, we're going to see, I just feel it. There's going to be, a little bit wide there, Muna, and you lost it. Went off. I think he's just given 0.2 of a second away there, because now this has given John the opportunity to look for a gap. If he doesn't make a mistake now, I'm talking about John now, he will definitely have an opportunity to take that position. And I mean, we're on lap 33. So lap 33 of this race, we've got Muna in front, John just behind. And if we quickly, I would say quickly, there's Muna, there's John, and now Wes is slightly off. I think Wes, from a fuel side, might be trying to conserve some just to finish the race. Because, I mean, he was really pushing hard. I know he pushes hard on every race, but I think that could be the session going down to the wire. Yeah. Down to the wire. And let's sort of elevate to the driving again. You can see how far Wes is behind, doing very nicely for McLaren. So Haas probably going to take top spot today. And really, I think we're going to see an overtake. Are we? Oh, yes. Really great stuff from them. That was really great stuff. Obviously trying to look for that inside, trying to take it, but nicely done by Muna. Held him off. I think John knew he had to go for it. He had to take that opportunity. Guys, if you have not seen this, you are missing out big time, because this is really great stuff. Great driving from both these drivers as we are speaking to you right now. I mean, we have a race on our hands. We have a race. If John doesn't lose it now, I mean, I can see this going absolutely down to the wire. I don't think Muna's had a race like this for a very long time. And I mean, it's all here. It's all happening right before your very eyes. We can see we're in the car with John. And I can tell you what, he is pushing. He's looking to squeeze himself through any gap he can possibly find right now behind Muna. He's looking. He's waiting for Muna to make a mistake. If he makes a mistake, that will be it. It will be gone. He'll be past him. And here we go. Here we go. We're looking. He's looking. Let's see if it's in the actions. A bit of a deep going through. He's looking for that. I don't even think he's got DRS. He doesn't have DRS, so he's going to have to find a way. Yes, well done. Second place. Well done. Well done, guys. Absolute fantastic driving. All in all. So, current standings is Muna, John, and Wes for this African Academy Online Racing. Well done, guys. And it was an absolute pleasure to watch you guys this evening. You've driven hard. You've driven really great driving. I'm just going through all of the scenes right now as we speak. Here we go. Nicely done. Here comes the Ferrari in on the last corner. Coming through. And it looks like Robbie. So nice stuff from him. I think he's finishing in 5th place. So great drive from them as well. Nicely done. Well done, guys. Absolutely well done. Nicely done. Great drive by all. I'm sure if there are any incidents, we will have that reviewed. But as the current standings are right now, we have a Haas taking the podium position. I think they're screaming, jumping up and down, and having an absolute ball there. We have our international driver, John. He's taken second place. And then third place today was taken by Wes in the McLaren. So really, really great stuff. Great drive from all of them. Well done. So that's the finals there for you. You have Mona, you have John, you have Wes. Then in fourth place was Devet. Then Robbie, Chicken Wing in sixth, and then Springbok Gamer in seventh, and then the Reynolds of Staffy in eighth. I know it doesn't say Staffy, but it was Staffy, and then the Sackman in ninth and 10th, and really great driving from all of them. So if you've enjoyed watching it, thank you very much for joining us, and we appreciate all the support that you give us here on the African Academy Online Racing, and many, many great thanks for watching us, and we'll see you again next time on the African Academy Online Racing League here from South Africa. Have a good one. Have a good day. Cheers. This is Savi signing off. Cheers.